These remote trails and tracks may not look like constructed roads or highways, but there are counties in Utah that claim they are, that they're established rights-of-way controlled by the counties, even though they're on federally managed public lands, some of them even in national parks, monuments, and wilderness areas.
I think it's about control. It's about who's going to control public lands.
It's really about a land grab to take possession of big parts of our public estate, the national parks, the national monuments, the wildlife refuges, and the wild parts of the public land.
We're on Scudampaw Road here in Kane County. And
3 years ago, here in Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, County Commissioner Mark Habishaw and other local officials tore down monument signs banning vehicles on some roads and posted their own county signs, giving notice that vehicles are allowed.
The issue is about whether or not the public land management agencies are going to recognize the county's rights-of-way to public highways across federal lands.
There are now many places where conflicting federal and county signs stand side by side, confusing the public. And the Federal Bureau of Land Management has not prosecuted those who ignore its rules and follow the county's instead. That led conservationists to file a lawsuit to require the feds to enforce their rules against what they describe as extremist county officials.
These are extreme views of how our public land should be used, and yet the government is taking the views of the local people much more seriously than they are of any of the rest of the American public.
So far, court rulings have not resolved these disputes.
What's at stake here is a question of property rights. Who owns the dirt back roads that reach into the vast public lands in the West?
The counties rely on a law Congress passed in 1866 that assured states and counties use of roads crossing federal lands. When that law was repealed 30 years ago, it allowed continuation of existing roads, and that's caused thousands of disputes about which roads qualify for county control. Local officials claim many tracks and trails are part of their transportation system.
Our economy, our lifestyle, our very quality of life depends on a viable transportation system as part of county governance.
But conservationists say the counties are claiming far too much.
Not only is there a network of legitimate roads that everyone agrees about, but there's an entire other spider web of trails and horse trails and washes that they claim as roads. So we are talking about many, many thousands of roads across the wildest places in our public lands, in our parks, and in the monuments.
They warn the consequences of recognizing all these roads and allowing counties to maintain and improve them would be to drastically diminish the solitude and wild character of vast tracts of public lands, and to block the protection of roadless wilderness areas in many parts of the West. After years of impasse on this issue, officials with the U.S. Bureau of Land Management here say they now have guidance from Washington to enable them to resolve it with the counties road by road.
Their county and federal agencies are working together, to bring this to closure.
But conservationists say the feds are doing this through private backdoor deals in violation of their duty to protect public lands, and that they will file more lawsuits to stop it.
That's about the only avenue that's left when you have the administration giving away the ball game like this, apparently in violation of federal law.
And critics are calling on the new Interior Secretary, Dirk Kempthorne, to adopt a more balanced and open process that would allow public comment on county road claims. For Assignment Earth on Yahoo News, I'm Gary Stryker.